Welcome back to Our Community. Susie Thomas visiting with the one and only Bill Gaither. And you are going to be coming near our area here with the Better Together tour with the Gaither Vocal Band. Tell us about this tour.
Well, first of all, it's been a while since we've been at this Stanball Auditorium. I think we've been to the arena. Is it called Stanball?
Yes, it is. Stanball in Youngstown.
Okay. Now, I remember that clear back in the 70s. They had red seats. Have you been in lately?
I hope they've replaced them. I don't know.
I commit. It's the reddest seats I've ever seen in my life. So it's been 30 years since I've been there. So I'm excited about coming back. And I always remember you felt like you were just so close. And it's a vocal band date rather than a homecoming date. So that means you're going to hear a lot of, if you like the vocal band, you're going to hear a lot of the vocal band that night. David Phelps.
I was just going to say David Phelps will be with you.
And Adam Crabb, the Crabb family, all of those kids are unbelievable singers. And Wes Hampton, Little Wes, has been with us now about 15 years.
Little Wes.
Yeah, he is fantastic. People love him. And then Todd Suttles. And then Kevin Williams on the guitar. It's a great evening of a lot of fun. Anybody that's followed us, even back with the trio, knows that we love to have a good time. I believe that life gets tough, but there's still joy in the journey, and I think that's the beauty of following Christ. We never try to tell anybody it's a perfect road, because it's not. We're part of a fallen world. But the good news of the gospel is He's working together for our good through it all, and we can have joy in the journey. Mm-hmm. So it'll be a lot of fun, a lot of great harmony, a lot of great singing, and singing on a lot of the songs that you and I have just talked about, Susie.
Yeah.
Life stuff, singing songs that make a difference. I'll never forget when my daughter, I kept making a big deal out of, we need some men in our culture, not just men who can break things and be muscular. That's all important, because I love athletics. I'm a big football fan.
Well, you're coming to the right state then.
Oh, I know. And I love basketball, and I'm not a big Cavs fan because they always play the Pacers and beat us. So.
Yeah, we love our Cavs.
Yeah, I know. But that's good too. But my daughter wrote the song "Men Full of Compassion, who laugh and love and cry, men who face eternity and aren't afraid to die, men who will fight for freedom and honor once again. We just need a few good men."
Oh, wow.
God just needs a few good men.
That is good.
And I believe that message. I believe that's still an important message that people need to hear. And so it's fun to come in and sing ideas like that. You mentioned the Better Together. We wrote that because I kept hearing our national leader saying, our strength is in our diversity. Our strength is in our diversity, and I understand that. You go to Northeast Ohio, it's a special breed of folks up there. We've been coming up there for many, many years. They're a very important part of our whole fabric, and many of them were immigrants from Europe. But after I say that, that's about 50% right. Our strength is in our diversity, but our real strength is when we bring all of our different backgrounds and our diversity together, and we become one.
And unite. Mm-hmm. I love it. Better together.
The last prayer that Jesus prayed here on earth in John 17 was, "Father, may they be one." Now, and of course, the Apostle Paul talked about Jew and Greek and Gentile, male and female, but he kept emphasizing the importance of the body of Christ, of it all coming together and acting as one. And the beautiful part about Northeast Ohio and Western Pennsylvania is, man, it's a combination of when you get into Western Pennsylvania, you got the Pennsylvania Dutch, wonderful folks, and the number of Catholics in the northeastern part of Ohio who love Jesus and who follow our music for many, many years, and Lutherans, Baptists, Pentecostals, and when they all come together under one roof, a beautiful thing happens.
It certainly is. And with your songs in their hymnals, I love that too. We need to let everybody know that this is taking place in Youngstown at Stambaugh Auditorium Thursday, March 16th. So coming right up here, and that'll start at 7 o'clock. And let me tell you how to get tickets. You're going to want to go to StambaugHauditorium.com or PremierProductions.com. Either one of those websites, PremierProductions.com or StambaugHauditorium.com, and the tickets are available there. Bill, you mentioned your daughter writing a song. Let's talk about your family and how gratifying and fulfilling it must be to see your own children, kind of picking up the torch and carrying on yours and Gloria's legacy.
Well, and they are doing it in their own way, Susie. They aren't doing exactly what Gloria and I did, and you wouldn't want them to, because they are part of another generation. My son Benjamin came up in the 70s, and he just loved the power of rock music. And he said, we need, Dad, we need to say stuff like, when we're talking about the Rock of Ages, it needs to be done. Well, I said, Benji, you can go so far with that, but with my crowd, there's a limit to what you can do. And in the church today, it's really interesting to see the division between the traditional and and the new stuff. And the point is, God is in all of it.
That's right.
And God can come through in all of it. And styles will come and go, but the message will remain the same. The rappers always change. So Benji, in fact, he just sent a new song that he's written with a couple of his friends called God's Children. The theme's the same, but the rhythm is more of a driving rhythm.
He's got to be impressed that Elvis Presley had performed some of your music, and Statler Brothers. And I mean, it didn't always remain with Christian artists. It remained with artists who were Christian or wanted to sing some Christian music.
Yeah, most of the secular, or many of the secular artists, especially vocalists, Whitney Houston, they all grew up in the church.
Right.
Because that gave them a chance to sing. When they were little kids, they were singing, "I got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart,"
Yep.
And they learned to sing in the church. And that was true with Elvis. It's true with Whitney Houston. True with Sam Cooke and many of the the great vocalists. So they always want to do a gospel album, and most of them do it on our label. It's pretty amazing, and we're happy for them to do it. We just did one with Alabama, and I went with a group called Alabama, the country
yes.
group, and I went down and interviewed them, and Randy's mother was there. She's a church pianist, and she played on one of the songs.
Wow.
She pounded that piano, and and when you get to know them, they all came out of a church background, and it was very important to them.
Do you have any idea how many songs you and Gloria have written? I read in Wikipedia, that great source that you can go to, it's more than 700. Do you happen to know how many you've written?
I don't know. That's probably fairly accurate. The copyright people keep ahead of that. But when you've lived this long and you've written this long, I mean, the numbers start adding up, and probably the 3 or 4, maybe 500 of those were just with Gloria and me. Mm-hmm. But the last couple hundred probably were with co-writing with other wonderful young artists. And as I say, the copyright folks stay on top of that.
You are amazing. The fact that you're still traveling and touring. A lot of people, get to a certain stage where they think, all right, I'm still in this home. I've raised my family in. I'm loving the home. I can sit back, put my feet up, enjoy grandchildren, and kind of take in this stage of life. You are still out there sharing your heart with everyone. How do you do that?
Well, if you do it at my age, you are certainly doing it because you love it, and it's something that is in your core. And I'm not saying that people who retire don't love what they do anymore, but I am. But I am saying if music is not easy, and keeping groups together and keeping just the mechanics of a program that we're bringing to Stambaugh. Keeping that at a high level, because people are, they're making a decision. They see the announcement or they hear it on on your station. They say, "Hey, I'd like to go hear that program." Well, they're expecting us to be at our very, very best, and so to do that, that takes some time and energy, which I am willing to do at the level that we're doing it now. We are really not traveling much more than we were at the very beginning, because I said you can't travel the whole year round and have any sanity left. You
right.
just can't do that. So in the beginning, we had 3 little kids that needed our attention, and I give this advice to young artists all the time. I say, don't get so busy in saving the world that you lose your own family.
Yeah.
And so from the very beginning, we go at about 60, 70 dates a year. Do you know how many dates we're going to be out this year?
How many?
About 60 or 70.
That's still amazing. Much younger people would have a hard time with that because traveling can be brutal. It's grueling.
You know what? I love to be at home. I mean, we were home last night. Gloria made my favorite dish. She can make salmon patties better than any cook in the world. And she puts cheese on the top. And we go in restaurants and every now and then, because that's one of my, I love salmon patties. And I'll say, let's get salmon patties. I say, honey, they're not as good as yours.
Oh, man.
So last night we were at our own house, and we ate salmon patties, and I'd already got my 12,000 steps in on my Fitbit watch. And so I didn't have to walk anymore. So I said, let's watch this Shakespeare movie. It was a movie saying that Shakespeare didn't really write all of those. I forget what the name.
Oh, yes. Okay, I know the one.
It's called Anonymous,
yes.
And we just because we taught literature, and so we said, okay, let's watch this. So we watched. It's a very interesting movie. I'm not sure how much of it is true or not, but just to sit there and listen to something that could be partially historic. It was just a great night. And today here I'm in the office talking to a wonderful person who's interested in my trivia.
Oh,
and tonight we'll be home also. Next weekend we'll be on and I will enjoy being home tonight and tomorrow night, and next weekend I'll be enjoying riding and sleeping on the bus with all of my young friends.
Well, I cannot tell you how much I love knowing that you wear a Fitbit. And any chance you could get Gloria to share that salmon patty recipe? Because I got to tell you, it's my husband's favorite dish as well.
Okay, you know what? I'll make a note of this.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Okay.
That would be awesome. All right. Well, I knew our time was going to fly by. We need to let everybody know why we are chatting here. The Better Together Tour with the Gaither Vocal Band is coming to Youngstown, Ohio, Thursday, March 16th at Stambaugh Auditorium. Group tickets are available at this number, 330-259-0555. But to buy your tickets, go to premierproductions.com or StambaugHauditorium.com. Bill Gaither, cannot tell you how much we have appreciated your time this morning. Thank you so much for coming to our community.
Well, Susie, it's a joy to talk with you. As my kids said, Dad could talk for an hour on any subject, or he could talk for an hour without a subject. So I hope I covered a few topics.
Pretty awesome. God bless you. Thank you again.
You have a great day, Susie. Bye.